Let's get out the assignment from yesterday. And I am going to start answering. I want to do the last question first. And then, I also want to show you the answers to each of these.
This one was not as easy as last night's, or the night before that.
Okay. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is scroll through what they give us. They give us two resources as far as grading your test goes. This is the overarching guiding one. And then there's another one that gives examples of student work that we have to look at and read before we start grading the test. But what I'm going to do now is go through what the answers are. Then I'll call up the test, and we will go through, I'll start on the last question, because I always like to do that part 4 question. And then I'll ask, are there any you want to go over? And I'll do any that you want. I had planned on writing the answers out to all of them like I usually do and projecting them, but I think when you came in the room yesterday, people took second copies of tests, and there's none left. So, couldn't do it. All right, here's number 25. The answer is no, and you must give a correct explanation. Again, if you have any questions about how to get to this, just say so. That would be worth 2. Look for worth 1. Appropriate work shown but a computational error, or appropriate work shown with conceptual error. And notice, incomplete explanation, you only get 1. And if there's no explanation at all, how many points do you get?
0.
0. So you better make sure you explain when it says to explain. Like Ricky said to Lucy, Lucy, explain yourself. Yes.
What is that?
That was a 2-pointer.
Oh.
Okay. Number 26. The answer is 3.5 and a correct justification.
Wait, what?
Number 26.
We have,
Yes, we
it
do
goes
have
from
it.
25 to
It's
32.
just all the way out of the bag because we messed it up.
Oh, it's a little out of order?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because we messed it up. I think we silly dumb mistake.
There you go. All right. 3.5 it is. Number 26 is 3.5. Apparently the papers were a little out of order. Okay. All right. Number 27. Y is greater than or equal to 25. Correct work shown, yes?
Can we go over questions?
Yeah, but after I show you all the answers.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do the last one, and then I'll open it up to questions.
Okay.
All right, number 28, no correct explanation. Remember, no explanation, 0. Number 29, I have to graph it correctly. I know you can't really tell what is correctly or not, and correct coordinates are stated. That was 29. Correct inequality graph and coordinates stated. Okay, here's the one for number 30. Oh! 31. Either one of those 2 formulas. If you do the linear regression technique, you'll get the second formula. If you do the sequencing technique, you get the first. Okay, 31 is 66 miles per hour, work shown. Don't worry about the 1s and 0s. You're just checking if it's right or wrong, and then if you have an answer on it. We're not adding up a grade, okay?
Wait, meters correct for 32?
That's what it says.
Oh.
I haven't even looked at the questions, so. What's that? Don't know what to tell you.
It's going backwards.
Okay. Now we get to the part 3s. I'm not gonna go back. You can check with somebody when we're done going over it. Okay? For 33, you gotta have the correct graphs, correct explanation based on the graph. Very important that it's based on the graph. Indicating that they are equal is written. Okay? Number 34, correct system of equations in 12.05 with correct algebraic work. Okay? Number 35, I think that's a linear regression question for some reason. And just plug it into the calculator. All right, give an explanation. Again, 0.75x plus 4.5. Number 36, correct graph, explanation, which includes time and height is written. So your explanation better have the words time and height in it. And finally, correct equation written and solved, 10, 400, and a correct explanation. Okay? Any questions? Yeah.
So let's say, like on this question 37, I had to write words and stuff, but I solved for the equation on the first part, and then I gave the equation on the second part. I did it backwards basically, and I put an arrow. Would they accept that?
You'll have to show it to me later. I really, to be honest, I don't mean this to sound like a wise guy, but I have no clue what you're talking about. All right? All right, so,
Can you go back?
no. You can talk to somebody around you as to what the answer is. I want to get started on these. So, but the last question before Anthony's was all about the last question, so let me do that now. There we go. Okay, so let's get started. Ian's borrowing $1,000 from his parents to buy a notebook computer. Hopes buys an Apple. He plans to pay them back at the rate of $60 per month. Karen's borrowing $600 from his parents, or Ken's, to purchase a snowboard. He plans to pay back $20 per month. Write an equation that could be used to determine how many months the boys will owe the same amount. Okay, so. All right. Now, Ian borrows $1,000. So, let's break this down here. Ready? Ian? I like to put lots of notes. He borrows $60 per month, or he plans to pay back $60 per month. Okay, so Ian is paying back $60 per month in a total of $1,000. And Ken is borrowing $600 per month, total $600, and he plans to pay back $20 per month. Write an equation that can be used to determine after how many months the boys will owe the same amount. Now, how much can you tell? What's an equation that would tell how much Ian owes?
I or y equals 1,000 minus 60x.
Yeah, okay, I was gonna go with M, but yeah, sure, okay. So an expression or an equation would be 1,000 minus 60x. In this case, an equation, not an expression. What would Ken's be?
Wouldn't it be 600 minus 20m?
That's right, 600 minus 20x. Now, they owe the same amount when these two are equal, yes?
Are you recording?
Yeah, I think I am, yes, I am. Okay, so this and this have to be equal, so to determine, the equation would be 1,000 minus 60x has to equal 600 minus 20x. And then it says solve or determine algebraically, and algebraically is a very important word. If you don't do it algebraically, if you do it graphically or whatever, or trial and error, you wouldn't get the points. Okay, so first I'm gonna add 60x to both sides.
because it's a lease number with X.
Yeah, exactly. So 1,000 equals 600 plus 40x. Then I'm gonna minus 600 to both sides. And I get 400 equals 40x. Divide by 40. X is 10. Okay? So 10 is the correct answer if it takes 10 months. Now, Ian claims that he will have his loan paid off 6 months after he and Ken owe the same amount.
That's basically 16, right?
Yes, so let's see if Ian is correct. So let's plug in 16. That would, if I did, I have just a little bit of room over here. It would be 1,000 minus 60 times 16. And I believe 60 times 16 is 960. So that'd be 1,000 minus 960, which is 40. So no, it wouldn't be paid off. He would still owe 40 bucks. Okay, does that make sense? You with me on that? Okay. Any questions further about this one? Was there more to do with this, or is that it?
No.
That's it? Okay, good. All right, so now I am going to go get a by five because I'm thirsty. And you're gonna look at your section and just tell me a number that you wanna go over, and I'll be happy to do it. It could be from the part one if you want all of them. Okay, as soon as you pop up your hand, and let me know, I'll do whatever you need me to do. That's it?
Okay, so for number 34, in part 3,
All right, let's see what we got for 34.
I just don't understand how to do the system equations. Like, everything I could solve it, I can't really do the system equations.
Okay, ready? Let's rock. Two friends went to a restaurant and one ordered plain pizza and 2 sodas. All right, so,
That was super easy.
and their bill total $15.95. So, that's the way to make them feel good,
No,
eh?
like.
Translation, Spencer, are you stupid?
Can I show you what you do?
Hold on, give me 1 second. A pizza plus 2 sodas, and I like to use D for soda because
It's drinks.
drink and also S looks like a 5.
Yeah.
So I avoid that.
I mean-
Pizza plus 2 sodas is $15.95. And then later that day, 5 friends went to the same restaurant. They ordered 3 pizzas,
And 1 soda each, which would be 5D.
$45.90. Good.
No,
Alright.
you just said D. It's not. It's 5D because it said 1 soda each.
Ah, thank you for catching. Each person had 1 soda. Very
Yeah,
good. Thank
linguist
you.
stealing, dumb mistake.
Yes. No, that was a
that makes
linguist
sense.
overlook. That wasn't a dumb mistake. That was an overlook.
Yeah,
That was my fault.
yeah, that's probably where I got that one.
Right.
And that's
Aw,
why my mom
dang
tells me
it.
to read carefully.
Yes, Mom is all over that. Now, taking a look, what do I have to do to this particular point in time? Jenna?
So you have to find, you have to do the inverse, I guess, of for the sodas and for drinks to cancel out each other.
I think inverse is the wrong word. I need to multiply the top one. I think the easiest thing to multiply by is -3.
Yeah.
Sure, because that makes the pizzas match.
Yeah, but you're trying to find the sodas, right? Oh, no.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Either way, I'm gonna get them. So, I'm gonna multiply by -3, and I get -3p minus 6d is
I think
negative
it's 47.
47.85.
Yeah.
And then 3p plus 5d is equal to 45.90. Die. Negative d equals, adding those up, what am I getting, $1.95? Is that what that is? I think so, negative $1.95?
Yeah.
And then obviously dividing by -1. The cost of the drink is $1.95. So I got that set up.
And then the pizza.
Now I need to find the cost of the pizza, and I think the original equation is the easiest one to use. Pizza plus 2 drinks is $15.95. So a pizza plus 2 times $1.95 is $15.95. 2 times $1.95 is $3.90. Minus the $3.90. Guy. The pizza is $12.05.
Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't sell for, yeah, but I didn't sell for drinks. I only sell for pizza because as you can make a slice, the price for one plain pizza, never said anything about soda.
I think the part that I messed
Right.
up on was
And you
each
could do
person
it.
had one soda. I didn't see that,
Yeah.
and like that's where I was.
And now, here's the thing, you know how when it talks about a computational error versus a conceptual error?
That would be conceptual.
That would be conceptual, and it would probably take 2 points off your score, but if you did the whole rest of the problem right, then you would get 4 points out of 6.
Okay.
And when you go into your test, it's phenomenally important that you have two different things in mind. I don't know what you want to get in terms of what is your goal and your achievement that you want to nail on this test. There are some people who maybe can flirt with the idea of, hey, I could push you all the way out to 100. But for most people, that's not the case. And for most of you, I think if you're looking at a number around 90, and you want to get around the 90, that's a really realistic goal. It's something that's attainable. But it's really important that you exercise test wiseness, and we've talked a lot about this recently. If you ever get a question like this and you find some of this question confusing, you need to understand that you're gonna lose 4 points if you don't put anything down. So sometimes you just say, you know what, let me do the best I can. Start with the best I can. And sometimes you stumble all the way into the answer. You'll be surprised how often that happens. But just say to yourself, let me do this right, and then based on this, let me do this. And just keep moving forward, pushing forward, trying to find the parts of the problem that you know you can get correct. And then, we've been grading a few the last few days, we've been grading a bunch of them. You know if it's worth 4, you'll get 2 or 3 points out of 4. So, yeah, okay, maybe you can't get it right, and maybe you're frustrated that you can't get it right. But if there's 2 of these that you can't get right, and you get 2 or 3 out of 4 on both of them instead of 0 out of 4, you've still got a legitimate shot at a 90. But if you say to yourself, well, I'm not going to, I just can't do this, and you're gonna quit on it and not work, well, you can forget your 90, it's not gonna happen. Okay, yes?
Question 26.
26. Okay. Anthony, make sure I don't miss something here, buddy. Typical marathon is 26.2 miles. You know, I used to see those little things on the back of cars that said 13.1. I had no idea what they were for.
They're for half marathons.
That's right.
My mom likes to run 2 times.
Oh, God bless you. I find running the most physical, painful thing on earth. All right, typical marathon is 26.2 miles. Alan averages 20 kilometers per hour.
No.
Whoa. Okay.
12.
Wait.
That was daily dumb mistake.
Okay,
It
wait,
said 20 instead of 12.
I cannot convert between miles.
Okay, but I thought 12. What's that?
I can't convert between miles and kilometers. I'm scared.
Well, but
It's
here's
in
the
the
thing.
back.
On your formula sheet, it gives you the conversion.
1 kilometer is 0.62 miles.
Okay. So, 1 kilometer is what? 0.62 miles?
Yeah.
All right. So if he averages 12 kilometers per hour, that means he's got to do 12 times 0.62,
Which is 7.44.
which is 7.44 miles per hour.
Thank you, AJ.
All right. So now, with that conversion in mind, I think the problem just got a whole lot easier. Okay. How long will he have to complete a marathon? I'm going to do 26.2 minus 7 divided by. Oh my God.
Dumb mistake.
20. No, I caught it. It's not a final dumb mistake.
I don't get it that way.
You know, I do apologize, but if I showed you my phone, I tutored the last 2 nights until about 10:30 at night, and I got another one tonight until about 8:30, 8:45. And then I walk the dogs, then I ride the exercise bike. I'm going to bed 12:15, and I'm completely wiped. So at least I'm catching my dumb mistakes. What's 26.2 divided by 7.4?
3.5.
3.5?
Well, round is the nearest 10.
Okay. There we go. Justify your answer. I would say my justification would be the work plus this little explanation that says, I converted to miles per hour instead of kilometers, and I divided that into the total distance. Okay, any other questions? Yeah,
What would be what would 3.5 watt, like,
miles per hour,
oh,
because you converted to miles
yeah.
and you divided to get the time. Okay. Anything else?
Oh, wait.
Go ahead.
I get that for number 30 it was S minus 1, but why don't you just S?
Oh, okay. Let's, I see what you're saying. Let's go to number 30. So, the question here on number 30 is about the formula. And the answer is, it depends kind of on how we're viewing this. There's two prisms through which we can view it. One is as a function, purely, and the other is as a sequence. If I'm going to do this as a function, then website offers a discount. One song is bought at full price, $1.29. Each additional song is 99 cents. So what I have here is the cost is going to be the cost of the first song, which is $1.29, and then each additional song. So if you bought 5 songs, how many of them are additional? 4. So that would be plus 0.99 times n minus 1, because that takes it away. Now the n comes in when you distribute it and clean up the
Students,
equation.
please report to room 205. Can you go room?
All right, hasta la vista, vaya con Dios, toodaloo, ta-ta. Arrivederci, smile a lot, ciao, arrivederci, adios amigos, you guys. Here we go, Garushos, Kadafis. Did I say we're having bagels on Tuesday?
Oh, yeah.
Just wondering if you heard that.